Hey there everybody, it's me again, Uncle Steve from Computer Greeks, with another in my series of tech tip videos. Today's episode, let's go phishing. So what exactly are phishing scams? Well, first off, it's phishing with a PH, sort of like Steven with a PH, the better way of spelling it. But really they refer to online scams that you're actually seeing turn up in a lot of ways today than they used to several years ago. Normally, it's an email that attempts to try and get you to react in a way that provides the email sender with your personal information. Never a good idea. Now, this is a pretty typical example of a phishing scam email. What you're looking at here is something that's designed to try to scare you in some way and prompt you to react by giving them information that if you thought about it, you'd probably realize you shouldn't. You'll notice that there's a basic address, dear network user. No real name here, but even if it had your name, that isn't the most difficult information to come across. You'll also see that there's an embedded link. Right here on the email, they're trying to get you to react to what they're telling you is wrong and getting you to click on it so that you go to a link that will then try to get your information. Notice there's that very typical scare you and try and get you to react quickly that's going to be part of most of these types of scams. Okay, so here's another example. You'll notice the very similar style to the one we just saw. They're trying to scare you. They're trying to give you a reason to react quickly and without thinking. In this case, they're telling you that there's a high severity alert, the very worst of severity alerts. You'll also see that there's another embedded link. They're trying to scare you and get you to quickly click on something that's then going to try and get your information, whether it's an account login or your personal info, name, address, phone number, social security number, whatever they can get from you. You'll get emails like this very frequently that'll be from banks. And they'll tell you that something's happened with your account, that they're going to limit access to the account, or someone may have gotten money out of your account, and they're trying to get you to log in with your correct email address, password, login info so that they can then use it to actually steal money from you. You need to make sure that whenever you see things like this, there are a couple of things you always want to think about. Number one, is this even someone you do business with? Maybe it's not even a bank you use. The second thing is embedded links in emails are unsafe. You don't click on them. If you get a notification that Netflix says that your account isn't going to work anymore, go to your Netflix account and try and log in. Don't click on any links in the email because they can take you anywhere. So we just saw a couple of examples of what very typical phishing scam emails tend to look like. Unfortunately, that's not all we have to worry about. When you're online, you can end up going to websites that aren't safe. Maybe you mistype a website's address, or maybe you're looking at random search results and you click on something that isn't safe. A lot of times you'll come across a message just like the one that's up on the screen. You'll notice it's designed to get you to act exactly the same way those emails did. Scare you and then get you to react without thinking. In this case, it's telling you your computer has viruses and wants you to call the phone number. If you call that phone number, you're actually going to talk to the people who put this message on your screen in the first place. They're going to pretend to be very helpful, and they're going to try and convince you that you need to let them remote in and take control of your computer so that they can solve the problem that they actually created. Once they're on your computer, they can see everything that you do online. We unfortunately have far too many people that fall for this, and sometimes they pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in order to try to get this corrected. Be safe out there. Make sure that you don't ever call a number like this that shows up on your screen. Unfortunately, we don't just have to be careful when we're using our computers. Everyone out there has a smartphone these days, and it's very easy for someone to send you a message as though they're coming from some legitimate source. If you see the example on the screen right now, you'll notice this person got a message from FedEx that wants them to update their delivery preferences because they have a package coming. This isn't from FedEx. How are you supposed to know? You're not. You're supposed to not react to these types of messages. If there's an issue, FedEx will get a hold of you on your phone. They'll send you a legitimate email. You can check in with your own account info if you have to online. But clicking on the link the same way we talked about before is going to take you to a page that may look very legitimate and will attempt to get you to give them your personal information. So you always have to be careful no matter what device you're using. You also have to be careful about when they decide they're going to try and scam you old school. They'll call you up on the phone. Hello? Oh, Microsoft. Yes, Mr. Gates, what can I do for you? What's that? My Windows license is going to expire and my computer will never work again if I don't pay you $1,000. Well, absolutely, of course, I appreciate your calling. Let me get my credit card. As far-fetched as that sounds, it happens all the time. You have to understand they're trying to do the same thing that we've already gone over. Scare you and get you to react quickly and without thinking. You just have to understand some basic things. Slow down, use your common sense. Sometimes if that little voice in your head is telling you something doesn't sound right, it's because you're right. It doesn't sound right. And if you're ever unsure, reach out to someone. You can call us, you can ask a friend, family member, get somebody else involved if you're ever not sure something like that is really the right thing to do. Now, I don't want to make everyone out there too scared or paranoid to use their computers or pick up their phone. It's not that bad. You just have to do what we talked about. Slow down, use your common sense, and ask for help if you need it. Until next time, this is Uncle Steve with Computer Greeks. Thanks for watching.